Hey guys, this is 12-sided, recording again. Guess what? I'm really good at making things difficult on myself, because I actually did this a few hours ago, and I forgot I didn't have my microphone plugged in. Yep, that's me. Complete diddlehead person. But I'm back, and I'm going to show you what we did before. So, I've done all the line work. It's all in a separate layer, so you can see the clean line work all here. Now what I do for the colouring stage is I'll put each area of colour in a different layer. Easy Paint Sci has this wonderful select tool where it selects like a brush. So instead of using a pale colour on top of white, you can just use the select, which comes up as this bright blue, and you can use that to select the areas you want to select. And my mouse has frozen. Oh! Control Z. There we go. Easily fixed. Not sure what was going on there, but we'll keep going, just to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well, we're not really doing anything to make sure it doesn't happen again, we're just crossing our fingers and keeping on. Now, I haven't updated or done much work on this, because there's been a convention coming up. It's not an anime convention, it was eGames, which is a video game expo. And if you came in cosplay, you'd get in free. So, up until then, I'd been working on my cosplay. I'm one of those people who can't really work on more than one thing at a time. Like, I'll have various things in various levels of progress, but I'll only be working on one thing. Especially if it comes to something like a costume, I'll want to keep working on that until it's done to the exclusion of everything else, even though I'll have spare time besides that. Okay, we're nearly there. Make it bigger. There we go. So there's all of Demyx's skin. Now we're going to select a skin color. We'll fix it up later when we get some references. Oof, that's very yellow. There we go, that's a bit better. So then we can go into the layer and name it skin. We'll name the line layer while we're at it. Okay, then you go Control D to deselect. Good times! Now, something else I was doing today. I rented a couple of games that I'd been wanting to play, one of which was Lego Batman. I started playing that last night and ended up playing it from... what time was it? It must have been about 11 until 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But the Lego games tend to be like that. You can start and then just keep playing for ages and ages. Because I think one of the main reasons that I can keep playing that without a break is you get areas where you're not fretting over time limitations or bad guys showing up, and you can just wander around the level getting all the studs, which is very time consuming and also fun. I don't know why it's so fun. It's like collecting anything in games, really, where you get whole heaps of them and you just want to find more. I'm a bit compulsive like that. The other game I was playing today was Spider-Man Web of Shadows. When I was little, I loved Spider-Man. I still love Spider-Man because he's such a nerd and stuff. Yeah, he was my favorite because he wasn't big and strong, he wasn't macho, he was just a guy in a spider suit with a very slender body who was super agile and strong without looking it. And he was a smartass, which is awesome. Anyway, Web of Shadows I hired from the rental place. I think if I do get this game, which I'm not sure if I will or not, I definitely won't be getting it for the Wii. I've got a Wii, a PlayStation 2, and a PlayStation 3 at home. They only had rentals for the Wii and PlayStation 2, and since I'd been having some trouble with my PlayStation 2 controller, I decided to grab the Wii version and have a go of it. Getting a bit sick of the motion controls. It's like, yes, flick sideways to do this, flick down to do that. Yeah, not everyone is going to be holding their hands straight up and down. A lot of the times, let's see, you lock onto a target by flipping the nunchuck down, and you can change costumes by flicking the nunchuck from side to side. That got mixed up a lot, or just happened at the exact same time, which was very irritating. In fact, all the controls where I had to use the motion controls were kind of irritating. The only other game I've found very irritating to play with the motion controls has been Okami in trying to do the digging mini games, but that's a rant for another time. Gah. Let's see. Ooh, I need to make a new layer. We don't want to put solid colors on the same layer, because that screws everything up. So we'll put coat 1. Coat 2 will be the silver that goes on the coat. Okay. Let me get our bucket. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure if I was going to like it or not. Web of Shadows. The dialogue was a little... well, I have issues with American dubbing. It doesn't seem to matter whether they're dubbing anime or cartoons or video games, but I think it's especially true in video games and anime. The voices tend to sound a little forced. Maybe it's just because Japanese I can't understand directly, so I don't notice it as much. But yeah, it's very glaring with American voices. And Spider-Man Web of Shadows had a bit of that. Although, as it got on, I got used to it, and there was some dialogue that actually made me laugh, even though some of the earlier dialogue was making me cringe. But yeah, it looks like a good Spider-Man game. I'd probably have better feelings about it if I'd been playing it on a proper controller rather than with the Wiimote. I just remember going through a lot of combat thinking, oh god, if I could only just do this by pressing a button instead of waving my arm around. I've actually got a bit of a ache in my wrist from flicking the main controller around every time you wanted to execute this very effective attack, so of course you're using it all the time. So now we'll go on to doing Demyx's hair. There we go. Interesting thing with Web of Shadows is they're going with the whole choose your good badness. For this rental one, I've just been going the safe route, picking the good answers, but I imagine if I actually get to owning the game, I'll probably do a number of playthroughs just to see the different reactions and the different options and cutscenes that you get. Yeah, it comes up with a choice between Spider-Man and Symbiont. So, I haven't actually seen what the Symbiont option does yet. I'm not sure how nasty it's going to be, so I was a bit wary. And went the safe route and go, no Peter, you can be good. You can